Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So we know now it's not long away till kick-off, against Chelsea in the 5th round of the FA Cup. I will be back on after that match. Well, I will be watching the draw first, obviously, if obviously Manchester United do win, of course, to find out who we do currently get, if we do currently beat Chelsea, as I said. But there's quite a bit of news to update you with today on this video, so if you do consider drop your likes, and if you do consider subscribe as always. So this is in relation to David De Gea. This is the first topic of the development I'm going to update you on, as it does mention in Sky Sports and a few other media outlets and all that. Manchester United are reportedly, still in contract negotiations of getting De Gea a new long-term contract at Manchester United. And reportedly Manchester United are set to make him the best played player in the Premier League, because it does mention that he's going to be getting a basic pay package of 90 million over this new 5-year deal. He's going to be currently signing. I think his salary a week is going to be just under £400,000 a week. So as it does mention, is this 90 million over 5 years is a basic pay package, as it does mention in the Daily Mail. So it's going to be a basic pay. Man United are reportedly considering offering him a basic pay package of 90 million over this new 5-year deal. So this potentially does make him the best played player in the Premier League. Obviously the highest paid goalkeeper in world football as well, and all in all the 9th best played player as well, all in all as well. So reportedly he's just under £400,000 a week when he does sign this new 5-year deal. We know Manchester United have been reluctant, to meet his current wage demands, because at one point he did mention he was demanding £350,000 a week. Manchester United were reportedly, reluctant, to do this. But obviously last year Manchester United obviously activated a 12-month extension on his current contract, because we know he was linked with a move to Real Madrid in 2015. We know last year sometime he was linked with a move to Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain was David De Gea as well. But he has committed his long-term future with Manchester United. We've still got other players, coming to the end of the contract, that we do need to address and sort out. But reportedly in the Mail, in the Daily Mail, it mentions that reportedly Manchester United are willing to make him the highest paid player in the Premier League. So in terms of wages, he's overtaking Alexis Sanchez's wages, he's overtaking Pogba's wages and Mesut Ozil's wages as well, because reportedly Manchester United are willing to offer him this basic pay package of £90 million over this 5-year deal. He's currently going to be signing as well, David De Gea. But as I did say, he's committed his long-term future in Manchester United. As I said, Man United have still in negotiations now of getting him a new contract. But based on his fantastic progression, since he's come to the club, he's been an absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. I think he's been here 8 years now. Of course, he's won everything here in English football. He's made over 300 odd appearances as David De Gea. He's won the club's player of the year 4 out of 5 seasons, won the Matt Busby player of the year, quite times as well, and he's been absolutely fantastic indeed. So I do think he's committing his long-term future in Manchester United is David De Gea. But reports do emerge it is going to be a new 5-year deal he's probably going to be signing. But reportedly it does mention a basic pay package of £90 million over 5 years. So if you work that out yearly, that's around 20 odd million pounds a year, because I think he's set to be earning just his salary a week's just going to be under £400,000 a week as well. So I think we are going to progress in the negotiations of getting David De Gea a new long-term contract at Manchester United as well. Obviously, we've been in talks, getting Ander Herrera a new deal as well. He's another player that's been fantastic for Manchester United, because I think since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's definitely coming, Herrera's form's been rejuvenated. I think he's always been a very, very consistent player since we got him in 2014, 2014, Ander Herrera, when we got him under Louis van Gaal era. But as I did currently say, since Solskjaer's coming, his form's been rejuvenated, he's galloping forward more, his distribution's improved, he's looking more effective, and he's complementing our midfield very, very well, alongside Matic and Paul Pogba, is Ander Herrera. But he's good at breaking up the play, is Ander Herrera, and we have been in talks of getting him a new contract at Manchester United as well, Ander Herrera. But his progression's been very, very good, but I think he's been playing a bigger part in the team, he's been playing more regularly from the start, so I think his performances have improved. So based on his fantastic performances, he does deserve a new contract as well, does Ander Herrera. And also too, we know that Manchester United, of course, have been in talks, getting Juan Mata a new deal at the club as well. We have been in talks of getting Juan Mata a new 1-year extension on his current contract. I think it did say, was it a couple of weeks ago, that Man United were only willing to offer him a 1-year extension. He was keen on a 2-year deal, was Juan Mata. But reportedly Man United have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year extension, considering considering that he's age 30. He has lost the pace a little bit as Juan Mata, considering mainly under Solskjaer that obviously Jesse Lingard has been first choice over Juan Mata, as we all know. But in relation to Mata, we've been in negotiations getting him a one-year contract extension, because Juan Mata, I still really like him, even though he has lost that yard of pace. I still like him. He is 30 now, he is aging up, but I still think he's been a very, very consistent player, since we've had him here. This is his fifth season now as a United player. He's Premier League proven. He's been in the Premier League a lot of years. This was including his 3 years he had with Chelsea. Mainly, he's won everything in English football apart from the Premier League, and that's the only thing Juan Mata has not currently won yet. But obviously, he did before. He admitted before that he did miss Spain, because when he was a lot younger in his prime, he had a lot of experience of playing in Spain, because that's where he began his career. He played with Valencia under Memme for 4 years, of course. He began his career with Real Madrid as well. But yeah, Man United have been in talks of getting him a new one-year extension on his deal. But so far, we've seen players, sign deals this season. We've seen Ashley Young just recently sign a new one-year extension as well. A lot of United fans were basically disappointed about that, because we know mainly Ashley Young has been Manchester United's first choice right back this season, as we all know. Mainly when he was young, he was a right winger, but obviously we operate him as a right back. Occasionally, we've rotated him. We have put him on the left-hand side, Ashley Young. But as I did say, he's been here since 2011. So Ashley Young has been one of the longest servants here. He's been one of the longest serving players at Manchester United as Ashley Young. He's made over 200 appearances. Of course, he's won everything here as well. But he could still leave in the summer, even though he's just signed a new one-year extension. But as I did say, we do definitely need someone on that right-hand side, because Young's 33. As I did say, Valencia is 33 years of age as well. And I do think, Valencia, will go in the summer. Obviously, I do think we have the option, to extend his current deal by a further year. But Valencia's fallen out of favour with Manchester United. He's just suffered another injury as well as Antonio Valencia. So that means he's ruled out for a couple of weeks. He's hardly played in the Premier League this season. Over the years, he's grown and developed fantastically well. He's been here since 2009. He's made over 300 appearances. Of course, he's won everything here as well. But as I did say, we do need someone on that right-hand side, because Valencia's too old, Young's too old. They were very, very good when they were younger. But we have got Diego Dalot that could come into contention at that right back. But he's only 19. He's only young in his prime. He hasn't really got that experience yet, as Diego Dalot as I currently said. So we've obviously we saw Jones and Chris Smalling signing new deals earlier on this season as well. We saw Luke Shaw signing a new 5-year deal last year as well. And to be fair, I really like Luke Shaw, even though he's injury prone. He's known for injuries. Is Luke Shaw? There's still probably room for improvement in his game. Obviously, he's our first choice left back, Luke Shaw, but he is known for injuries. Since he's been a United player, he has suffered quite a few injuries. When he was at Southampton, when he was younger, though, he suffered injuries there. Did Luke Shaw, but he is still only young, so he will grow and develop more. Will Luke Shaw as well, and I've been, very, very impressed with Luke Shaw. Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, as I said, I don't really rate them anymore, to be quite honest with you, because they've been long servants here at Manchester United. This is Smalling's 9th season at Manchester United. This is Jones. This is his 7th, 8th season, something like that. I can't remember. I think he's been here since 2011, or is it 2012 when we did get him from Blackburn Rovers. But Jones, as I said, he can be good when he gets them money games. But in relation to Phil Jones, as I currently said, he's known for injuries. As I said, don't really rate him anymore. And I was disappointed about him signing a new deal. And in relation to Smalling, I was disappointed about him signing a new deal early on in the season. So I don't think now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anywhere they're going to be first choice, Smalling and Jones, because I think Victor Lindelof's progressions, been fantastic as a Manchester United player this season. I think him and Bay complement each other very, very well. I think they're blending in together very, very well. I think they're blending in together very, very well. They're building a relationship together, and I think Bay, even though he's been out of the team this season, even though he's been in and out of the team this season, I still think Eric Bay, has got great potential, as I said. So I think more often now under Solskjaer will go with Eric Bay and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership, because Lindelof now is showing he can play out from the back. He's showing that determination to get forward. He's galloping forward. His distribution's improved. His passing's improved as well. So I have been really, really impressed with Lindelof this season as well. But we are still aware that we do need a strong central defender, an experienced centre-back, that can complement, the likes of Lindelof and Eric Bay, as I currently said. So we definitely need a strong central defender. We do need a defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious as well. But in relation to Marcus Rashford, as I do keep saying, in relation to Marcus Rashford, hopefully somewhere online, we can agree a new long-term deal as well, Marcus Rashford, because his current deal ends in 2020 with an option of a further year, Marcus Rashford. But Manchester United have obviously been in negotiations getting him a new long-term contract. I think we are willing to more than currently double his wages, Marcus Rashford. We are hopeful of getting him a new contract a new long-term contract. By the end of the season, because his progression's been fantastic as a Manchester United player. He's flourishing fantastically well. He's developing his Marcus Rashford, and he's only 21 years of age, so he's still got a lot of years ahead of him to improve and improve and improve. But as I did say, especially since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, his form's definitely been rejuvenated. He's scoring more goals. His finishing's improving as well. So I do think he's got that end product now as Marcus Rashford. Of course, he's been a United player since the age of 7. He's progressing up the ranks well. He's been in the senior squad with Man United, since 2016, but his progression has been absolutely phenomenal indeed. And we know mainly under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anywhere that the main attacking trio that Solskjaer's gone with, he's gone with Martial on the left hand side, who creates that width very, very well on the left hand side. He shows that determination that he can score, he can provide. He's good at exposing fullbacks as well. He's Anthony Martial. So he's been really creating that width on the left. He's been mainly going with Lingard on the right-hand side, and he's been going with Rashford in his central position. As I said, Rashford has played, out wide before, but I don't think that suits Rashford. I think he looks much, much better in his central position, as I said. So hopefully somewhere along the line, we can, Manchester United can get Rashford a new long-term deal, as I currently said. But as reports do say, reportedly Manchester United are going to get around a £200 million spending spree to spend in the summer. Of course, the club obviously is still looking to hire a director of football to come in as well, to sort all the transfer business out. Obviously, as I did say, we do expect players, to leave in the summer, and obviously. And obviously, we are looking to bring new additions into the club, to get us back to being a competitive elite level football club, and obviously to get us back up there, competing for silverware, and get us back, winning silverware on a regular basis, like we did under Alex Ferguson for 26, 27 years, as I currently said. As we all currently know, in relation to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I still think he's the favourite to get the managerial role on a full-time basis at Manchester United, because based on his fantastic progression so far, he's done really, really well. We've won 10 out of 12 in all competitions. We've won 6 away from home as it stands in all competitions, 5 in the league, 1 in the cup. We've won 8 league games as well. We've scored 28 goals in the process. We've obviously got into the top 4 for the first time since the opening day, but Solskjaer's done a fantastic job, and Ed Woodward's praised him. When Solskjaer came in, Manchester United, of course, were 11 points behind top 4, as I said. So I think he's done really, really well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. And obviously, as he did confirm when he came in, he was going to be rotating the squad and, giving everybody the chance, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he has given some of the young players the chance. He has, give some fringe players the chance as well. But as I did say, As I did say, reports were coming out last week that reportedly Solskjaer will be named Manchester United manager on a full-time basis at the end of the season. I don't know if it's fully sure yet if he's going to be named the Manchester United manager on a full-time basis. It depends on the next maybe couple of weeks. It depends if we beat Chelsea tonight in the Cup. It depends if we beat Liverpool at the weekend and all that. Then an announcement may be officially made. But it actually did say it won't be announced until the end of the season anyway. But it did say the other week that it'd been revealed that the board had made a decision saying that Solskjaer will be named Manchester United manager on a full-time basis at the end of the season. Of course, Manchester United have to pay an additional fee anyway, probably of just around £7-8 million. We've obviously paid a fee to Mould anyway of getting him on a temporary basis. That's around £1.8 million or something like that. But I'm still backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he's definitely the right man for Manchester United, as I could have said, because obviously he knows everything about the club. He knows the club inside out. He was a great legend, great player, for 11 years under Alex Ferguson, as I do keep mentioning on my videos. Won loads and loads of trophies. So in that aspect, he's really proven. Scored loads and loads of goals. Obviously watched some of this, team grow and develop, when he was managing the reserve team as well. So really, he has got a good pedigree as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. So he knows everything about the club. I think his managerial style suits the club. He suits the trappings of the club, and you can see he has got that philosophy as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he has got that attacking philosophy. He does like the width as well. He does like that attacking football, and he has brought that brand of football back to Manchester United, that we saw under Alex Ferguson. But you can see he's brought, apart from the PSG game, but he's brought fluidity back to the team. You can see the intensities in the team. You can see the intensities in the team. The spirit levels are high as well. You can see that free-flowing attacking football, where we have been playing as well. But you can see the vast improvements since Solskjaer has took the veins at Old Trafford. You can see the vast improvements in the team, as I said. you can see the vast improvements in the team as well. I think defensively we've looked better. You know, we've looked a lot better in midfield. We have got good ball playing midfielders now, even though I said we do need a centre defensive midfielder. I think Pogba's been very, very influential as well. He's been one of our best players as Paul Pogba. The whole team's playing really, really well because they're playing together as a team. But Pogba, he's playing them delicate passes through. I think his breaks box to box have been good. I think the timing of his runs have been fantastic as well. And also he's been scoring and providing as well as Paul Pogba. And obviously he's been in English football since 2016. You know, when we paid £89 million for him from Juventus. As I said, his progression with Juventus in that 4-year period he was fantastic as well. Paul Pogba. But obviously now we have started to see the best of Paul Pogba, you know, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over as well. So Pogba looks very, very good in that number 10 position, you know, just behind the centre forward, as I quickly said, because he looks very, very effective there. You know, he provides good service to the front men, as I currently said, does Paul Pogba. But I've been impressed, you know, the majority of the team, as I said, apart from the PSG defeat, as I said, you know, I've been really, really impressed with Manchester United, and I still think Solskjaer should get the job on a full-time basis. We know for a long time, you know, Ed Woodward's number one has been Pochettino, but as I did say, Manchester United could still possibly turn their intentions on Pochettino, you know, if all of a sudden it starts collapsing and, you know, we start going downhill and we don't start, you know, winning, and we start, you know, going on a losing streak, or we're not winning games, then, you know, Man United may, you know, turn their attentions back on Mauricio Pochettino, as I said. But in terms of Mauricio Pochettino, let's be honest, he hasn't won out in terms of silverware. Mauricio Pochettino, you know, he's been managing since 2009. You know, throughout his playing career, I think he played 18 years in his playing career. You know, he played for Newell's Old Boys, Espanyol, PSG, and I think he had a spell at Bordeaux. This was obviously in his playing career, but obviously he's been managing since 2009. This is his seventh season now in the Premier League. Reports have been coming out saying that if Man United are to turn their intentions on getting Pochettino, reportedly Man United are preparing to pay £34 million. Reportedly did mention that Man United are prepared to pay some kind of a compensation fee, as it did currently mention in the media. But Pochettino, as I did say, you know, he's a very, very good manager. He's done very, very well with Tottenham. This is his 5th season with Tottenham. You know, he hasn't won out in terms of silverware, but, you know, he got them to the last 16 of Champions League last season. This season, it looks like he's got them to the quarterfinals of the Champions League after annihilating Borussia Dortmund in the first leg by 3 goals. So you've got to say, considering that they've got 2 of the main stars out Tottenham, you know, they've got Dele Alli out, they've got Kane out, they're doing very, very well, and they are still slightly in there, you know, with a shout for the title, but I can't really see it happening. But Tottenham have only spent, £50 million since 2014, as we all currently know, guys. Tottenham have only spent £50 million since 2014, but this is his 5th season with Tottenham, as I said. What else would I going to say? And of course, obviously he's got them 2nd place finishes, 3rd place finishes as Mauricio Pochettino as well. Obviously, when he first came in as Tottenham manager, he finished 5th in his first season, but his record's good with Tottenham. He's got 100 odd games as Pochettino, as I said. And obviously, when he was at Southampton, he had a good record there. He only had a short tenure with Southampton, but he did get them an 8th place finish. I think that's their highest finish is Southampton's in the Premier League, if I'm sure. I'm not too sure to be quite honest with you, but he had a good tenure with Southampton, which wasn't a long one, but since he's been at Tottenham, he has been very, very good, and he has got that philosophy, he has got that right mentality, and he's good at growing and developing young players, as I said. But for me, I prefer Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's more proven in terms of winning silverware and all that. You know, Pochettino in that scenario isn't, but he is a very, very good manager, as I currently said. But as I did say, what's going to concern me tonight going into this big game in this big game against Chelsea tonight, obviously is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I updated you on my last videos. Obviously, it's going to be likely that he's going to be rotating that attack. He's going to be rotating that attacking line, because obviously we know that Anthony Martial is obviously out with a groin injury. Lingard's out with a hamstring injury, so it is both muscular problems they've got. And as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed, them two are going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. I think he did say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I am very, very concerned about this, because they're going to miss tonight. They're going to miss Liverpool at the weekend as well. And obviously they're very, very young in the generation of Martial and Lingard. Lingard's progression's been fantastically good as a Manchester United player. As we all know, his progression's been very, very good. Still very, very young his generation. And you can see the likes of Martial and Lingard have got that ability to attack, you know, play balls, create and score goals and provide and all that. So they are going to be a big miss tonight, as I currently said. So Martial's injured, Lingard's injured, so it's probably likely Sanchez will be in contention to start on that left-hand side. Probably maybe Juan Mata might start on the right, because mainly Juan Mata does start on the right if Lingard, can't be in contention to play. Probably maybe Juan Mata might start on that right. He has mentioned a few young players that could start. I think Mason Greenwood got mentioned, and he's been doing very, very well for the reserves. But as I did currently say, he's currently injured, I think. I think Angel Gomez got mentioned. This Chong, I think, has made the trip as well. So he could be involved. I don't think he'll start, but he could be involved, later on in the game. He may come on as a substitute. This Chong, who obviously has already made his first team debut. So he will rotate a little bit in that attacking line, but in the midfield, he'll probably go with the usual trio in that midfield of Matic and Pogba. And that defensive line, likely it will be Luke Shaw at left back, Lindelof and Bays, a centre-back partnership, because they're fantastically well together, and probably Ashley Young at right back. But in that scenario, naught will change in the defence or the midfield. But obviously, he will rotate that attacking position, due to the injuries of Martial and Jesse Lingard, as I said, because they create fantastic pace on that. Martial creates good pace on that left. Lingard creates good pace on that right. But as I could have said, it'd probably be likely Sanchez he'll play a few fringe players tonight, obviously. But likely Sanchez will play on the left. Maybe Lukaku may be in contention to start as well. Probably maybe Juan Mata may start on that right-hand side, as I'd currently said. But obviously, in relation to what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's obviously, come out in the media, and he's been saying today, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in relation, he's been speaking about Alexis Sanchez, because obviously Sanchez has been here just over a year at Manchester United, as we all know. He's been here just over a year, Sanchez, and so far his progression's been very, very poor as a Manchester United player. Obviously, Solskjaer did say he's still very, very talented. He's Alexis Sanchez, because mainly we know anywhere he hasn't been first choice on the left-hand side. We know mainly that Martial's been first choice, but obviously now, due to the Martial injury, Sanchez is going to get more opportunities, to play from the start. And obviously Solskjaer hopeful, that he can prove himself, and hopefully that he can prove himself tonight, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has said in relation to Sanchez, he needs a Manchester United goal, does Sanchez, to give him that confidence and all that, because since he's come here, he's lacked goals. Okay, he has suffered a couple of injuries as well as like Sanchez, but he has really, failed to establish himself, and he hasn't really settled in, where the Manchester United team. And he's nowhere near the player, he currently has at Arsenal. He is age 30. Solskjaer still believes, he's got quite a lot of years ahead of him, to get better as a Manchester United player. But if he is, I hope his form does get rejuvenated. But if there's no signs of him, improving, Alexis Sanchez, then he could leave Manchester United in the summer, of course, as well. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said he's confident that Solskjaer's confident that Sanchez can improve his form. So basically, Solskjaer has basically praised Alexis Sanchez, and actually his FA Cup statistics are not bad, to be quite honest with you, as I currently said. But there's still time, there's still room for improvement, and hopefully, the brilliance of Solskjaer and all that can improve Alexis Sanchez. As I said, when he does get given them opportunities, which he's gonna now, hopefully somewhere along the line, he can improve. So every manager's gonna say it anywhere. Solskjaer wants him to improve, and Solskjaer is confident that he will improve his form as a Manchester United player. That he will improve his form as a Manchester United player, but he's enjoyed a difficult time. He's been here just over a year, as I said. He's on £500,000 a week anyway, so we do want to see the best of him. But Solskjaer, he can be a good player, can Sanchez. He proved it at Arsenal, as I said. He can play in other positions, but mainly we play him on that left-hand side. You can put him in a central position as well. I think he can play in a few numerous positions, so he is versatile. But Solskjaer did say he's a talented player, but he has suffered a couple of injuries, since he's been a Manchester United player, as like Sanchez. I think he's suffered has he suffered a couple of hamstring injuries? If I am currently sure, Alexis Sanchez. I think he's suffered a couple of injuries, as I said, so really hasn't really been given the opportunity anywhere, considering, the injuries he's had. And in relation, to Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said, Lukaku's form has been slightly rejuvenated, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming, when he has been given the opportunity. I think Lukaku, to be quite honest, has lost his place in the Manchester United, starting 11. He has lost his place, obviously, because Rashford's obviously first choice in that central attacking position, because obviously, as I did say, what Rashford can offer up front, Lukaku's not capable of this. But in relation, to Romelu Lukaku, throughout his playing career in the Premier League, he's still a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. Is Romelu Lukaku. His first touch does concern me, as we all currently know. His first touch really concerns me. He's very, very slow, as I said, is Romelu Lukaku, but he can still score goals, can Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said. But he could be in contention, to start tonight against Chelsea. As I said, Romelu Lukaku. But yeah, there's been talks, as I have been updating you on a regular basis, you know, in relation to Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, Manchester United paid £75 million for him. He scored 27 goals in his first season, you know, in all competitions. So he was really, really good in his first season. But I just don't see how he complements our front line anywhere. As I did currently say, I don't know how he complements our front line anywhere because, you know, he doesn't have any pace, as I said. His first touch concerns me, as I said. And he's got a lot of weaknesses about his game, Romelu Lukaku. But reportedly, Manchester United want to sell Lukaku in the summer. Lukaku's happy going along with this, as I did say. Reportedly, Man United are looking to cash in for Romelu Lukaku in the summer in order for us to either land, you know, Juventus' Paulo Dybala, who I really, really highly rate, or Inter Milan's Icardi. So really, as reports have been, narratives been coming out about in the last couple of days, that reportedly Man United's looking to cash in for Lukaku in the summer. And as reports do explain, the Italian press did mention that Man United have held negotiations with both Juventus and Inter Milan over a potential Lukaku swap deal, which means obviously Man United have basically saying that they're willing to offer Romelu Lukaku as part of the deal of us either getting Dybala from Juventus and Lukaku goes to Juventus, or us getting Icardi from Inter Milan and Lukaku going to Inter Milan. But I think Lukaku, from his own perspective, has indicated he does prefer the move to Juventus. I think there was a narrative about this sometime last year, was it? I give you an update on that Juventus were interested in Romelu Lukaku, but he's indicated he does prefer the move to Juventus, Romelu Lukaku. Of course, Dybala and Icardi are both valued at around £100 million, as I currently said. They're both valued at around £100 million, as I currently said. But as it does mention in the media, in relation to Dybala, he's out of favour at Juventus this season. He has been at Juventus, you know, a lot of years now as Dybala. Well, not a lot, but he's been. I think this is his fourth season in the process. He's a really good quality player. You know, he's good in that attacking third of the pitch. He guarantees you goals, as I said. He's a proven prolific goal scorer. As I said, he's only 25 years of age. Is Dybala? He's 25, so he's still kind of young. He's Argentinian as well, but in relation, same with Icardi, you know, he's 25 years of age, he's Argentinian, so they do play alongside each other, you know, in the Argentinian national team, as I said, but they're both 25, they're both proven prolific goal scorers. From my own perspective, I don't know who I prefer. I actually know more about Dybala than I do Icardi, but Icardi's a very, very good player as well, and as reports do emerge, he's out of favour now in Milan, is Icardi as well, because as it does explain in relation to Icardi, that reportedly just recently lost the captain's armband as Icardi. Inter Milan have increasingly become frustrated with him, reportedly. I don't know why they've become frustrated with him, but it just mentions that reportedly Inter Milan have reportedly, you know, come frustrated with Icardi for some reason. So obviously his long-term stay in Inter Milan, you know, looks in jeopardy indeed. But since he's been in Inter Milan, he's got 100-odd million release clause, as we all know. That's probably why he's valued at around 100 million. He's got 100-odd million release clause since he's been at Milan, which he's been at Inter Milan since 2013. So he has been there a number of years. His progression's been fantastic. He's grew and developed fantastically well. You know, same with Dybala. He's grown and developed fantastically well. And it would be interesting, you know, for one of them to come and experience the Premier League, you know, if any of them were to come in the summer to Old Trafford. But I'd like both players. As I currently said, that Dybala could be more likely because obviously Lukaku's indicated that he prefers the move to Juventus, even though Inter Milan have said we want Lukaku as a potential replacement for Icardi. But Icardi's scored over 100-odd goals since being in Milan. This is his sixth season with Inter Milan. You know, I think he graduated, you know, from Barcelona's youth system. Did Icardi as well. He graduated from Barcelona's youth system. Then he began his professional career with Sampdoria, had an impressive season there, attracted the interest of Inter Milan. Inter Milan got him, and he's actually currently Inter Milan's 9th highest top goal scorer of all time, is Icardi as well. But his finishing's fantastic. He scores loads and loads of goals, as I've currently said. So one of them players, you know, would be a great ideal replacement for Romelu Lukaku. So I think they'd be a great addition to the Manchester United squad, considering that they're both 25 years of age. So they are still kind of young in their generation. As I did say, you know, I think one of them would complement our front line. You know, if one of them would complement our front line, you know, if you was to put them alongside Rashford, Martial and Lingard and all that, you know, I think that would be fantastic indeed. So there has been a lot of talks going on about that in the media as well. But obviously there's been other targets, you know, Manchester United, of course, have been interesting, as I've been keeping you up to date on. Obviously we know Jadon Sancho has also been mentioned as well. Jadon Sancho, you know, that Borussia Dortmund youngster winger, 18 years of age. Borussia Dortmund winner, 18 years of age, only very, very young in his prime. You know, this Jadon Sancho, as I did say, he's had experience of playing in English football before, because as I did say, you know, he had a couple of years with Manchester City. He never broke into the first team with Manchester City, as we all know, because obviously, I don't know, City couldn't obviously guarantee him first team football anywhere. He was there a couple of years in their academy, but he went to Borussia Dortmund. The Borussia Dortmund ended up paying around £7-8 million for him, but he's grown and developed fantastically well. Only very, very young in his prime, Jadon Sancho, 18 years of age, but narratives come out in the press this week saying that reportedly Manchester United have showed an interest, and reportedly Borussia Dortmund have said they're demanding the one around £70 million Borussia Dortmund. I think Man United have got the financial power to meet that £70 million, you know, where that Borussia Dortmund, you know, are currently demanding. He has currently got a contract with Borussia Dortmund now until 2022. But since he's broken into Borussia Dortmund first team, his performances have been very, very good indeed. But as I did say, he's only 18 years of age. He did say if Man United can come to an agreement to get him in the summer, Manchester City would receive an estimated 15% of this transfer fee, reportedly, because Manchester City, of course, have got a buyback option on the player, and they've obviously inserted a buyback clause on his current contract as well, you know, Jadon Sancho's. But yeah, he's a very, very good player. He's been really, really good for Borussia Dortmund, as I said. He actually began his youth career, you know, with Watford. He was there a number of years, you know, before he actually, you know, made the move to Manchester City. But Jadon Sancho, as I said, reportedly Borussia Dortmund have said, we want £70 million for him. Man United are paying to pay that in this summer, and I think he'd be a great addition, you know, in our team, you know, Jadon Sancho, you know, if he was to come in. He obviously won the Bundesliga Player of the Month as well, you know, based on his fantastic performances, you know, Jadon Sancho. So his performances are very, very good, and he is a good, young, talented player. As I said, he's also English as well, as I said, so which is very, very good, because we've got in our team Rashford's English, Lingard's English as well, and, you know, Jadon Sancho is English. And we know Borussia Dortmund, of course, Borussia Dortmund, of course, obviously have done business, you know, with some of their young players. You know, they sold Christian Pulisic, £58 million to Chelsea. He's going to be officially a Chelsea player in the new season. They sold Ousmane Dembele, you know, for £106 million to Barcelona. You know, they sold Petrokemi Aubameyang to Arsenal as well. But we know that Jadon Sancho is not going to come cheap in the summer. So Man United may go for him in the summer. And, you know, I think we are willing to meet the £70 million, you know, that Borussia Dortmund are demanding that they want for the player as well. But he's a good player, Jadon Sancho. He obviously was in the Borussia Dortmund reserve team before, so his progression's been fantastically well. He's flourishing at Borussia Dortmund, as I could said. But would he be interested in leaving Dortmund in the summer? You know, Jadon Sancho. And obviously, there's been a few other targets that Manchester United have been interested in as well, as I've already negotiated with you on all my other previous videos. You know, go check it out. But as I did currently say, yeah, so it's going to be a big, big game. Not long till kickoff now. It's 6:25. I think it's an hour away. It's kickoff. We do know how much of a big game it's going to be. Obviously, Manchester United, of course, have got to get back to winning ways tonight after suffering a bad defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. After suffering a bad defeat, you know, to Paris Saint-Germain. So hopefully, you know, we can bounce back. Even Ryan Giggs has come out in the media today as well, in the relation, you know, with the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation. From Giggs' perspective, he was a great, great legend for Manchester United. You know, made over, 600 odd appearances, was it, in all competitions, as a United player. He obviously was a United player, was it for like 24 years or something like that. Of course, won 13 Premier Leagues, won FA Cups, won Champions Leagues, won League Cups, and all that did Ryan Giggs. Obviously, at one point, he was the interim manager about 5 years ago. This was just after David Moyes had been sacked. But Giggs said Solskjaer should be given the job on a full-time basis. This is obviously, you know, Ryan Giggs' opinion, because obviously of what he's seen, Ryan Giggs is obviously very, very satisfied of what, you know, Solskjaer's done so far. So obviously, from his own perspective, he thinks, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should get the job on a full-time basis, you know, as he's currently mentioning, you know, Ryan Giggs. But as I did say, big game tonight, as I currently said, 5th round of the FA Cup. We know we seldom win at Stamford Bridge, as we all can, which means obviously we've got a really, really bad record there. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of the bad record, you know, when we've got Stamford Bridge, which we've got a really, really bad one, you know, to be quite honest with you. But Chelsea, as I said, you know, obviously from their perspective, you know, they'll need to win tonight, because obviously Chelsea Chelsea fans are aware that the pressure is mounting up on Maurizio Sarri, obviously, because there's rumours have been going on the last couple of weeks saying that Sarri could possibly or could be or will be sat as Chelsea manager if they don't get top four this season. Obviously, if they don't qualify for the Champions League next season. From their perspective, they're going for the top four. Obviously, from Chelsea's perspective, they want to win the Europa League anywhere, so they can get automatic Champions League qualification for next season, as I did currently say. But we've met Chelsea quite a numerous of times in the FA Cup, as we all currently know. We lost to them in the final last season by 1-0. Eden Hazard penalty. And over the years, we've had a bad record at Stamford Bridge. We haven't won there since 2012, so we haven't won there for like 6-7 years in all competition. I think in the last decade, we've only won there, 2-3 times or something like that. So we haven't won at Stamford Bridge, since the Alex Ferguson era, as I said. We should have beaten them earlier on in the season at Stamford Bridge. We ended up drawing 2-2. As I said, because I think Chelsea, was it 95th, 96th minute stoppage time? They scored in that game as well. So we do have a bad record, but it's a different kettle of fish now because obviously, we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, as I currently said, and also Chelsea at home, pretty good at home, to be honest with you. They've beaten City at home this season. They're beating Arsenal at home this season as well. So I don't think they've lost to a big team at home this season of Chelsea, but away from home they have been poor. They're losing to Bournemouth 4-0. Getting destroyed by Manchester City. 6-0, their worst defeat in Premier League history. And obviously Chelsea, of course, are focusing on their Carabao Cup final, against Manchester City as well. And obviously Sarri, in terms of silverware, he hasn't won any silverware yet. So he hasn't won a major honour, so he's looking to win his first major honour as a manager, is Maurizio Sarri, as I currently said, if you can win the Carabao Cup, as I currently said. But Sarri, as I currently said, he's got that attacking philosophy. He was talking about a while back about mentality and motivation and all that. But his system worked, when he was Napoli manager, Maurizio Sarri. But it's only his first season, of course. And Chelsea are known for sacking managers anyway, because they have sacked a lot of managers in a short period of time, as I currently said. But it's going to be a big game, as I currently said. It's obviously on BBC One. Yeah, it's on BBC One tonight, as I currently said as well. The draw for the quarter-final will be after the game. I don't think I'm too bothered about the draw. Obviously, if Manchester United, don't win the game, I'll probably still watch it anywhere. But we know City, obviously, in the quarter-final, they beat Newport 4-1. Obviously, Pep Guardiola had made numerous changes in that game anywhere, but City ended up winning 4-1. Even though Newport in the game, did put a good battle up, to quite fair. League Two, sitting 15th in League Two. I actually haven't watched the other cup games. I think Crystal Palace are through as well. Millwall are through. I'm just trying to remember the ones I saw, the results. Millwall are through. Palace are through. Who else is through? Swansea are through as well. They won 4-1 against Brentford, as I said. So there's a great chance, whoever wins tonight, could get Manchester City in the quarter-final. As I said, City thinking they're going to win the quadruple. It's not going to happen. I don't think a team in football history has ever achieved the quadruple, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, it's going to be a great game tonight. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer goes with, as I currently said. But we know it's going to be a very tough game, so we have got to be up for the attack. Up for the task. We've got to go with that attacking instinct, as I currently said. The match reaction will be coming up after the current game. Well, I'll be watching the draw first, and then I'll be coming on for my match reaction, as I currently said. But the big breaking news about this video is I just want to give you an update on, as I said at the beginning of the video. This is in relation to David De Gea. So reportedly, Manchester United is still in negotiations of getting him a new long-term contract at the club. De Gea, he's basically mentioned that he's committing his long-term future at Manchester United, as he currently has mentioned. Reportedly, we're set to make him the best played player in the Premier League, because reportedly we're willing to offer him a basic We're willing to offer him a basic pay package of 90 million over 5 years. This will mean he overtakes the wages of Sanchez's wages, Ozil's wages, Paul Pogba's wages. So he's going to be, basically the highest paid player in the Premier League. All in all, the 9th best paid player in world football.
and obviously the probably, I think, the highest paid goalkeeper in world football, David De Gea. Well, so we'll see what happens with that. So I do think we are going to get him a new contract at Manchester United, as I currently said. But yeah, it's going to be a great game tonight. As I currently said, really looking forward to it. To be quite honest, because obviously I wanted to win the FA Cup this season, because this would be a remarkable achievement, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if we could win the FA Cup. But we'll just see what happens. As I said, we know Martial's not going to be playing. We know Lingard's not going to be playing. Rojo's obviously still out, but he's obviously just returned back to training as Marcus Rojo. So I think he's still injured, but he has returned back to training. So I think he's nearly fully fit now. Anyway, Marcus Rojo. Obviously, Darmian, as I forgot to mention as well, he's injured for a couple of weeks as well. He's another player I think probably going to leave Manchester United in the summer anywhere, Matteo Darmian, because obviously he's hardly played, as a Manchester United player. He's struggled for game time. Obviously, he hasn't been first choice, and obviously, I think he could leave in the summer. Matteo Darmian as well. That's another player who I think could leave in the summer. So obviously, we're investment needed in the team, but all we have to concentrate on so far this season is to get the top four, progress in the FA Cup, as I said. And when we do get new additions to come into the club in the summer, then I think we can start competing, with like City and Liverpool, get us back up there, challenging for major honours and winning major honours on a regular basis, like we did under Fergie for 27 years, as I currently said. So we'll be back live after the game and probably after the draw. Drop your comments, likes below on my channel. If you do consider subscribing, as always, and take care.